You better get ready for a brand new day. The Cubs are gonna win today.
Cubs just wrapped up their series against the Angels. We are now through 2 series of Chicago Cubs baseball here in 2026. Tons to unpack here, and we're going to go through it all with you right here on this episode, the 4th episode of You Don't Know Cubs. So, just finished today, Wednesday, as we were recording this. The Cubs beat the Angels 6-2. It was a good bounce back after they got not smacked, but the offense was pretty non-existent in the 2-0 ball game on Tuesday. And of course, they took it on 7-2 on Monday against the Angels. If you haven't tuned in, we did an episode that was that recapped the whole series that they had, the opening series with the Nationals. So we're going to be talking more about the Angels and what we saw from them in this episode. And yeah, what was your initial reaction to the series as a whole? I would say, like, what any overarching takeaways that you had through 2 series now, and especially this Angels games from your perspective here. I guess we can kick it off.
Oh, we can kick it off real simple. One major thing I found out is that Michael Conforto has to be released. It's time to get rid of him. He's gone. I'm just tired of seeing him. He's just had some piss poor at bats. Why is he on the team? Maybe they kept him there because of Suzuki. He's looking to come back next week, they're saying, but get rid of Michael Conforto. I don't want to ever see him in the Cubs uniform. I'm sorry. He's got to go. I can't stand watching him.
I mean, when you think about the Cubs, just feel like they got to sign up one washed up veteran every year. I mean, they got, and Conforto's the one this year, but I agree with you. He's started 2 games and all he's had is complete uncompetitive at bats. It's a joke. It's like, why did he come in at the end of the game and Wednesday night? It's like, or Tuesday night. It was, what are we doing? Like, I don't know what Council's thinking bringing him in, but it's just a complete waste. I mean, you talked about it too with the Dodgers last year. I mean, the Dodgers were begging for some outfielder to step up because they needed to fill in the roster, but he just couldn't deliver at all. So I agree with you. I'm like, and especially if you go on Twitter right now, a lot of Cubs fans are calling for this guy to get sent down to the to AAA because it's that bad. And we're only through 5-6 games. So
6 games out. Not even AAA. Get rid of him out of the organization because AAA means they can bring him back. And we do not want to see him in a uniform. Get rid of him completely. Let that Dylan Caesar or the other guy they have on the bench, give him an at-bat. I think he came and pitch ran last night. Give him an at-bat. I'd rather see some younger guy come up there and have a shot, but don't put him in the lineup again. Swing and mess. I mean, look at last night, his pitch hit. His bat didn't even touch a ball. I mean, he's got 6 ABs and 5 strikeouts, and they've all been non-competitive at-bats. So I'm done with him, done seeing him in uniform.
I just can't believe that there was even a debate between him and Shaw starting coming into the season. Because you look at Shaw today, I don't know if you saw, he had a 10, 11 pitch at bat today, bought off four strikes, and then he gets a 105 mile an hour exit velo base hit, RBI base hit up the middle. Like, that is what it's night and day at bat wise from Sean. I know some people are going to rip on his outfield because he misplayed a couple balls, but that's what you expect. That he hasn't played right field throughout his entire career, so there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve there. But I love what I've seen from Shaw, especially these first 2 series. I think that he's proved that he's an everyday guy, but it's just like the fact that we were debating Shaw and Conforto is insane to me.
It's insane. And I don't even think you really misplayed a ball there. Like last night, the shot, that ball was hit like a rocket over his head. So I don't blame him. I don't think if Suzuki was in the ball game that he would have made the catch. I do agree that play cost the game for the Cubs. So if we go now into the game aspect of it, I mean, we could start with the pitching aspect. You can't ask for a better 3-game series from your starting pitchers. You know, starting with Cabrera, what do you have? 6 innings, 1 hit, no one runs, 5 Ks and 1 walk. It don't get any better. And the reason I was skeptical on him is I was at his last preseason game in Arizona last week against the Yankees, and they were teeing off on him. It's like the 3rd inning. What is he still doing in a ball game? I get it. They were trying to give him some pitch counts to get his work in, but there were a couple shots. I remember Spencer Jones just literally put one. It's probably still traveling to Chicago right now. And you're like, this guy, I was a little skeptical on him. But when he showed up at the ball game on Monday night, now I got to say, it was like a summertime game. It was like 75 degrees out. The stands were packed. Even he said that he has never pitched in an environment like that before, having that
Yeah.
type of fan base behind him. It was electric. I know some people would be like, what do you mean electric? It's baseball. But it was. I enjoyed watching that game Monday night, the first night game, and he just delivered everything you expect out of him, kind of silenced the KC trade. So I was
Yeah.
pleased with him. He was a stud. They won the ball game because of his pitching, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and I know if you've been following Wildcard Sports, I made a video on how Cabrera needed a great first impression with Cubs fans, especially when Owen Casey had the walk-off bomb. He's batting 500. So Jed Hoyer especially needed to see Cabrera have an electric start, and he did. So yeah, 2 base runners over 5 innings. He had 15 whiffs. I mean, if you watch his curveball is filthy. He needs to throw that thing more. It's like I think by the end of the year, he will be the number 2 behind Kate Orton. Especially going off this first start, I don't see a reason why not. But
Yes.
yeah, it was what you wanted to see. I think all Cubs fans were very pleased with his outing. And yeah, I'm just excited to watch him more. I think that this rotation has showed a lot of promise, especially when we see someone like Cabrera. And of course, I mean, Matthew Boyd, he had a pretty good bounce back day, especially from opening day. And then, yeah, someone like Ben Brown too. He's been tearing it up. So I think we got we got some depth in the rotation. And so far to start through 2 series, this pitching, I think it's been it's been there. It's gonna win you some ball games.
Right. You look even last night, Jameson Taillon, he didn't bat. I mean, he could have let him stay in and get his 5 innings. There's no doubt about it. He went 4.2 innings. He had 4 walks, so I get it. He put a couple guys on base. When he pulled them after 2 walks to, intentionally walk Trout to load up the bases, then they pull him, and I forgot which guy they brought in, but I'm like, oh, why are you doing that? Bringing in a reliever, but boom, he got the K, got out of the inning. Last night's game was 1 pitch, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and he hangs a curveball right down the middle to Hop for base hit, drove in the 2 runs. That was the ball game last night. So they didn't lose because of pitching. He gave up 2 runs. That's not bad. They just couldn't hit the ball last night, and you knew it would be one mistake like that. So Jameson, he had a pretty good outing. Then Matthew Boyd was kind of a stud today. I mean, he had 10 Ks today. So that is pretty awesome for that bounce back because he did get lit up last week. So it was good to see him. What did he go? 5.2 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 10 Ks, and 2 walks. Starting pitching in this series was, in my mind, excellent for the Cubs. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, so like we said, pitching was good. Another guy that I really want to dive into, I feel like we're diving into him every series, and why not? He's the face of the Cubs, in my opinion. It's PCA. And so before this episode, I went and looked at every at-bat that PCA took in this Angels series, and I got to say, it's a little nerve-wracking for at least my perspective. Council dropped him down in the lineups at the 8 hole. That was because of the lefty-lefty matchup, but it just feels like a lot of his at-bats, especially like you look on Monday, he came up with second and third, 1 out. Had a little RBI anxiety. He was swinging. I mean, the first pitch was like a slider way out of the zone, swing and miss. Goes up, and then he takes like a fastball looking for a K to end the at-bat. So we're seeing that. We're seeing him take these just totally off balance.
No. I'm back in PCA. I don't care what.
No.
I took a different one. Game 1, his first at bat, he had a 12 pitch at bat, and he ended up getting that walk. He won that battle. I thought that was an excellent
I'll give you that.
bat.
That was a good at bat.
That was a good at bat. It set the tone for his series. Okay, he still leads a team in strikeouts right now, but to me, that at bat showed everything. Then he had another great. He lays down that bunt. That pitcher last night, he made an awesome play. He didn't even catch the ball. He just shoveled the ball. So he got a couple bad breaks here and there. He hit another ball hard, but yeah, he's still up there with strikeouts. Big deal. But I love that first at bat.
There was at least 2 at bats PCA had in this series where it was an 0-0 count, great pitch to drive, and it's just the most it actually wasn't even a great pitch to drive. It was like bottom of the zone, off speed, where it's just like it's kind of like where we talk about totally out in front and just flicks his hand out there, and it's a weak ground ball. First pitch of the at bat, 1 pitch at bat. That is a total waste, and it's good for the pitcher pitch count because you're not as a pitcher, that's what you are trying to do on a first pitch, just a weak ground ball contact. He did that at least twice in the Angel series. I don't like that. A lot of weak swings from him. I mean, there was also a stat that I saw on Twitter that his bat speed actually took a very huge jump metric wise from this year to last year. But I just feel like he's off balance with a lot of his
It's
swings, and
because
he's
it
not
got cold
making the
out.
hard contact.
It's cold out. He's a California kid. It got cold today and yesterday. He's not used to the cold. Give him a little space. I'm okay with him. I've
Hey,
been
you just
harping
signed
on
that big
him.
contract, so we're expecting him to be, some superstar stud. We're expecting him to be the best hitter. And I mean, you look at the what are you bunting? I know some people will agree with it, but 0-2
It was
count
an
you're bunting?
excellent. It was an excellent bunt. I give him credit. I give him credit for
No,
that. It
no, no,
was an
no, no. I'm
excellent bunt.
talking about when it was 0-2 in the ninth inning, and he lays down a bunt and it goes foul and he's out.
Well,
I don't
all
know if you
right,
saw that.
okay. Yeah, I didn't see that one,
Like,
but yeah, I
sounds good
heard
in
it on the
theory.
radio.
Sounds good in theory, but if
And
you're
not
not
two
getting that
strikes.
down, you
I
you
know.
have to get that down. Like,
Well, what would a coach say to you if you did that?
you
If you
better
did
you better
that,
get it down. Like,
or what
that's what he
happened?
said. You
He's
better
gonna
get it down.
You better, or you're going to get blasted. Now, in the
Yeah.
majors, of course, they don't blast the kids for doing that. It got cold out. It was pretty damn cold today too. So I'll give him a break. He's a California. He don't like this cold weather.
I'll
Give him
give him
some
credit.
time.
The defense. His defense has been good. I know he had
No,
one.
he did give up that play yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. Besides
Didn't
that
cost them
one,
any runs. Didn't cost them. They got out in an inning, so it didn't cost them
yeah,
any runs. But you do expect. He even said they're like, you just expect him to make that catch all the time, and he didn't. So you know what's going to happen. Let him miss the catch early in the season. Now, as we get on into the season, he better make those catches. So
yeah.
I'll give
All
him
right. I mean,
slack on
like I
that.
said, there was a if you go on Twitter, there's like a stat that does like 5-star catch or 5-star catches, and it's like a catch probability of less than, I don't know, some percent. And I know PCA had like two of them already this season, some like insane catches. It's just like the way he can read the ball off the bat, and he's already moving before it's even hit. So yeah, I mean
Well,
that's not
look
an
at the
issue there.
first
Like, he
game.
is
The
the best
first
in the league
game,
at
the
that.
weather was beautiful. He's battling up there, so maybe because the weather was perfect, he's just not a cold player. All right, so let's
Yeah.
cut him a little
All
slack. I
right.
know we should do that to the pros,
Yeah.
but
All
anyways,
right. Let's.
so I'm
Yeah.
okay with him. I was okay because they won 2 out of 3, so you can't get upset. I mean, the only other guy that I would really well, there's two other guys. You know, I knew this was going to happen. He pitched to Carson Kelly last night. He comes in first pitch, breaks it. Yeah, it was a pretty good shot, breaks a base hit. So then I thought to myself, he's going to start him tomorrow, which he did today.
Mhm.
Amaya, he then gave the DH role today, but I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, that drives me nuts when coaches do that. You get a hit, especially on a pitch hit, we're going to give him the start the next day. And it was a meaningless hit in a sense. Again, there's 2 outs, so it's not like you felt the Cubs were going to come back and win the ball game. But then you give him the start again today, and I think he went. No, actually, I don't know what he did today, but Amaya should be starting more. He should be starting to
Yeah.
catch him more. I mean, he DH'd Maya because he gave Ballesteros a break. He struggled, I mean, but he's hit some pretty good balls. I like the contact that they're getting out of Ballesteros. He did go the opposite way. I think it was actually game 1, 2, both of them. He had a great at bat going. Actually, it was today. No, it was
Mhm.
actually Bush and Shaw today. I mean, both of those guys recognized the defense. 2-strike count. Bush went to left field with the ball, base hit, drives in a run. Excellent at bat. Then you go to Shaw, comes up in the game. 2 strikes a count. I mean, Shaw's at bats. If you watch his at bats, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
He's
No, he's
seeing the
been
ball.
good. Yeah.
He's taking those breaking pitches where he would swing at him. He's taking those pitches for a ball. He's hanging in there. And that Apple hit he had today was great. He had 2 hits today, too. So those 2 guys I'm happy with. But my other guy I told you from day one, the guy that's going to click is Dansby Swanson. He, to me, looks like we got Javi Baez back on the team. His swings are absolutely atrocious.
Mhm.
I'm starting to think, because there was a clip on X about Javi Baez this year. I don't know if you've seen anything on him. His
Mhm.
swings are really atrocious. It's like back when he was with
They've
the
always been.
Cubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but now you look at Dansby, couple of his case, it's like, oh, come on. I mean, today too, again, it's like, what are you swinging at? I don't know if he doesn't see the ball or something's going on with him. I don't know what you think
Yeah.
about
I mean,
Dansby.
I saw you in a sack fly today. I didn't really
That
pay
was it.
attention closely. I'm sure the other bats, but like, my opinion on him is, I think anything you get offensively from him is a plus because his defense is just so good. Obviously, the Cubs need him every day because he saves you at shortstop. Um, I mean, he saves runs at shortstop. So I think that makes up for his poor offensive production. And it's like, yes, you would love to have him. And we talked about preseason. He's going to go on some streaks this year where he has like a 10-game stretch where he's tearing it up. But a majority of the time, yeah, it's going to be some atrocious swing and misses, chasing that sliders way out of the zone. But yeah, my perspective, as long as he's playing Gold Glove defense, I mean, you can't really hate on him.
Yeah, you can. But why would you move him to 6 in the lineup today? He's not hitting.
Yeah, if you
Why
want
would
to,
you
yeah,
move
okay.
him up? All right. I mean, you drop PCA way down the line. What did you drop him to? 7 today. All right. You
Yeah,
go from batting 4 cleanup to 7th.
it's lefty
Dansby
lefty.
hasn't given you shit. I mean,
Yeah,
that's another point I have. I just get so irritated with this lefty-lefty matchup. I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't always work. I'm sorry. I just can't stand that. And the same thing when they pull, the pitchers. Why can't they go 5 innings? Why can't they go 6 innings anymore? They got to pull them all the time. I mean, back when I was a kid, and when everyone says when I watched baseball because I wasn't a player, but these guys would go 7, 8, sometimes complete games. I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean it's a different era of baseball, especially early in the season. I mean you see all the injuries that have happened across the league. You don't really want to push it to start the year. I get what you're saying. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, in the postseason, these guys are going to push it, but when guys are throwing borderline like high 90s, I mean that takes a lot of wear on your arm, and it's just a different age of the game now because you
Uh,
gotta
uh,
preserve. You gotta be able to load
Matthew
manage
Boyd's not
almost.
throwing. He's not throwing 100 miles. There's only a few pitchers that are throwing that fast, 95
Well,
to
yeah.
100. I mean, look at Skeens today. He bounced back, but I was watching where a lot of these guys are saying that the WBC took a lot out of these players. They took a lot
Mhm.
out of their preseason, their preps. That's why you see a lot of hitters are down, a lot of elite players. I mean, the 2 studs of the league, Joey and Judge. I mean, their stats are horrendous to start the season. And they're
Oh
saying
yeah,
because they didn't get those natural reps you would get, during your preseason. So this is the preseason. But if that's the
yeah.
case, starting this weekend, they all should start hitting the ball.
No, here's a quick stat. This was coming into Tuesday. The starting 9 on the Team USA for the WBC, they were 32 for 147, 218 average, 16 for 51 balls to strikeouts, 51 strikeouts in
Wow.
147 ABs. So that's
That's
35% strikeout rate for the starting 9 of Team USA to start the regular season in the MLB. So
that's
there's an
pathetic.
obvious correlation between the WBC and slow starts of the year. And even the pitchers like Paul Skeens had a bad outing, first outing, Logan Webb as well, Matthew Boyd, like we said for the Cubs. So there was an obvious correlation, but I think it's going to take some adjustment period. Even like Ronald Acuna right now, he's struggling. He's struggling to
Oh,
start
he's
through his
struggling
6
big
years.
time. Well,
And there's a
tell you,
couple other guys. Yeah.
Jameson Talion said that he thought that he amped it up too much. He played for Team Canada. And the
Mhm.
report was, he says that I think I got into that competitive mode way too early. I wasn't ready. So now when I went back to spring training, he had one more start prior to last night. And he
Mhm.
said he had to now to restructure his build up to get in for the league. So yeah, I get that may have, done something to the psyche of your preparation for the season. But okay, now we're 6, 7 games into the season. I look starting Friday. Okay, let's see we go. Because I do agree. I think they started the season way too early. I mean, it's
Mhm.
April 1st. Some teams have played 7 games already. So I
Yeah.
think they started a little too early. I'm looking starting Monday. I want to see, your brother, how he's freaking out on Judge. He just texted again today,
Yeah.
because, Judge is doing shit, which he's not. 0 for 4 again today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. So let's see what
Another
happens.
guy that I'm gonna look up how he did today is someone that you were raving about in the WBC is Gunnar Henderson because he had a
He's been
bomb
it.
the other night. No, he
Yeah.
had one bomb the other day, and besides that, I'm gonna see how he did today. So today versus the Rangers, he was 0 for 4 again. He's batting 160 to start the year. So that's another guy from Team USA that's off to a pretty slow start. But like you said, he was going to the WBC. It's just a matter
Yeah.
of okay, they need a couple series under the belt to hopefully find the groove. But if you think the MLB starts early, I mean, think about college baseball again. It's like it's actually insane how college baseball starts in like February.
What, it's
But
over. What is it over? What, the end of June? A
yeah,
lot
I
of
mean,
teams, it's over in May 15th.
yeah,
You're done. Look
Yeah.
at
So yeah, I
your
mean,
poor Lehigh. I don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs.
yeah,
So they could be done
they've
May
had some tough.
4th.
Yeah, they had some tough games, tough close games at least.
No,
For
I
them.
know. I just think it starts a little too early, even for the college. Yeah, May 5th or February 5th, 15th is opening season for college baseball. That
Yeah,
is pretty early. That is pretty early. I mean, I get it. But
still
what are
winter.
these kids? I know. What are these kids supposed to do? They're out of school. Some graduated in the beginning of May and they're still on the sports team. So they just want to get on with their life, some of them. So I don't know. There's pros and cons to that of
Yeah,
when they
no,
should
yeah,
start for college
no, I
sports. But
agree. Especially when you look at like summer baseball and obviously the draft and stuff like that. But um, another guy I wanted to touch on the lineup real quick and get your opinion on what you've seen from him the first two series is obviously the big free agency signing, Alex Bregman. So coming into Wednesday, Bregman was tied for the MLB lead in hard hit balls, which is a 95-mile plus exit velocity. 8 of 12 of those were out. So he's piecing the ball. It's just a lot of them
yeah.
are falling. Defense, though, has been spotty. I think there's been a couple plays that if Matt Shaw was at third, those plays are getting made. Like he let a ball slip through his legs, missed a catch on Tuesday that cost 2 runs. So it's been a little up and down. What have you seen from him
uh
so far?
yeah, when I first saw that play by he what do we call it? He missed and he whiffed on, and that cost him the 2 runs yesterday. And the
Hmm.
first thing I thought, could Shaw have made that play? I mean, because he was outstanding defensively. Maybe
Yeah.
Bregman is a little older, his eyesight's a little bit off, his reaction time's a little slower. I did think that. I mean, but, how do you pull him out of that position? He has proven himself. I get it. He has hit the ball hard, but you know what? After a while, I remember your coach in the travel team would always be, yeah, big deal, but you got to get hits. You got to get hits. He
Hmm.
would still, I would always say, yeah, but he hit the ball hard. Who cares about that? Did he get a hit? That's all he ever worried about. He didn't care how hard you hit the ball or not. Did you get a hit? Did you get on base? Because you need to produce for me. So in that
Hmm.
respect, that's what you're looking for. You're looking to get on base. You don't care about these hard hit balls. Find the hole. It's like I said with Bush and Shaw when they went Apple. I like the fact that they're looking at the field. Nice to tell you when you come up to bat. Look at the way they're positioning you and then trying to make an adjustment. I know it's easier said than done, but trying to make an adjustment at your approach on what you're going to do with that pitch. You got to know what you're going to do with that pitch before the ball is thrown to you. You got to know
Hmm.
where you're going to go. So if you know that they're putting a shift on you, who cares? You don't have to go for the home run. Take the base hit. Take it for
Yeah.
the team. Your average goes up, your stats go up. So it's a win-win. But a lot of these players don't do that. So Bregman,
Hmm.
it's 6 games. It's too early to sit there, and harp on him.
Hmm.
I can only just keep going off on Bush and Shaw because I think those two are.
Yeah.
Now there was a thing on today that I saw that it could be another April Fool's joke because it was all over X today, all
Probably an
these
April
trades.
Fool's joke, but
But
we'll see.
this one seemed interesting that they are
Okay.
proposing there's in the works to send Shaw and Wiggins. Wiggins is the Cubs' top AAA pitcher right now
Hmm.
to Seattle for Aaron. I always say his name wrong.
Rosarena.
Yes, for Rosarena. I don't know. That's an interesting one.
I mean,
But
that's
what
just
does
like
that
if that
do?
is an April Fool's joke, that's like the most lame April Fool's jokes. Yeah, it's kind of realistic, but I
That
don't know.
one
I wouldn't believe anything you see on the internet today if that's still
Yeah, I know. But
buzzing
that one,
around the
I
block.
forgot who sent that out. That was one of the baseball guys on ESPN, though, that sent that out. So that's why I
Okay.
had a tendency that they only said that play is in the works that
Yeah.
could be coming in the next few days. And that's an interesting one because it's, if you're Seattle, that's not a bad trade if you're Seattle. You're getting a pretty good pitcher and a nice young player, too, for a guy that's
Hmm.
been in the league a while. But
Yeah.
then again, what would the Cubs do with him? What's that going to do to the lineup? What that's going to do is you're going to put Ballesteros back on the bench.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what that would do. Suzuki would be your DH. He would be playing right field. So Ballesteros is on the bench. I don't know what
Yeah.
that does. So it could.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's really worth it for the Cubs to make that type of move. I mean, Suzuki too. So he he started his rehab assignment this week. I saw.
This
I think
weekend.
Friday.
This weekend. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going they're going to do. They're looking to bring him back when it comes back Cubs come home next Friday. So I think when they're open up, he'll be back with the Cubs then. But that's going to be, you look at it this way. When he comes back, what do you do with Shaw? So there is some truth that maybe and that's why they should be playing Shaw for more trade bait. But then what are you going to do? Keep getting rid of all this young talent?
No,
I
you
know
got to keep Shaw, especially with what if someone else gets hurt? Like he's the best utility guy you got. Like
he can play. He can
for a
play the
depth piece.
outfield. Yeah, he can play the outfield.
He can play anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, he can play as good as Suzuki because Suzuki's going to make some blunders out there, and you're going to be like, "Oh my God, what was that play?" So,
Yeah.
you got to keep him. It's just finding a play spot in the lineup where you can play him. They got a day off tomorrow, like every other one does. So, all these stars, the starters, they all get rest. But they got to go to Cleveland. They got to win 2 out of 3 there too. You got to win 2 out of 3. You got to win the series. You got to win the series. You're going to have some series you're going to lose, but you got to win the series. Got to win the games you're expected to win. Like last night was a killer. They sweep the Angels, and let's face it, the Angels ain't that good either. So, I mean, Trout's their only guy in the team.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, so like you said, they got to go to Cleveland, start a 3-game series. What would you say Craig Counsell so far? 1 out of 10. What would you rate him?
5.
5.
Yeah, because I'm just
pretty. Yeah.
I mean, they got the win today. I just the lineup changed today. It's like, what I look at is if you're going to do a lineup change, do it at the beginning of a series. Start the series out one way. But if you're 1-1 in a series, you don't need to do a drastic lineup change. I'm just not a fan of that. You want to give a guy off today, a day off, that's fine. But I do like Nico Horner as a leadoff when I saw that. I
did that, yeah.
But I would have Bush as your cleanup. All right. Again, Carson Kelly, I don't know, until I'm proven wrong, which I could be. I mean, I just don't see him having the year like he did. He's an excellent bench catcher to have. So I do like Nico in the leadoff because he's your top hitter on the team. And I forgot on stats. I thought he hit 15 homers a year or two, but he's only hit 7 homers 2 years in a row. I thought he was
Nico or Carson Kelly?
Nico Horner. So he's not a big power hitter. So a guy like that gets on base, he's got to be at the top of the order. To me, it seems to be like he's going to be your perfect leadoff. I can't remember his walk ratio last year, if he really gets on base by his walks or not. So
yeah, I mean, you would think, he doesn't hit a lot of bombs, but he is great with runners in scoring position. So that's probably So
I look at the lineup today. That part I liked. I like him switching that. I've always just didn't like Bush going to 5. I think he should have been 4, and Kelly, him. So the lineup was okay. Like I said, 5. I didn't like Counsell pulling Jameson and where he did last night. Wasn't a fan of that. I just don't like loading up the bases and then pulling, because now as a reliever, you come in a ball game, you have no error. And let's face it, when a reliever comes in a ball game, your mentality as a hitter is always looking first pitch fastball, looking at first pitch to drive the ball and not going to run. I mean, we used to always talk about that. When you up to bat and you have a reliever coming with bases loaded, that's a lot of stress in that pitcher. We got lucky, we got out of it, but we ended up losing the game the next inning. So, and again, 5 because the Cubs are now at 3-3. They're 500. So I'll give them that.
Yeah, I'm right with you on that one. So that's going to wrap up the game talk. But we did not do this last week. We've got a little anomaly question here for you. So we're talking hot dogs today. Okay. Chicago dogs. What's the best one? To give my opinion, I'm not a hot dog guy. I would say the best hot dog I've had, the only hot dog I've had in the past 5 years was out in Arizona at this, I don't even know the name of it, but they do it on like Hawaiian rolls, which I think it was,
Brauhaus, I think it was called.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So if I had to give my opinion, let's hear yours first, actually. Where are you going?
I'm only bringing up hot dogs because, baseball hot dogs, but I'm not a hot dog guy too. You know that. I can never eat hot dog. But my favorite ultimate Chicago hot dogs, a lot of people know, is Jimmy's Hot Dogs on Grand and Pulaski. We used to go there because that's where, my grandparents lived and my uncles owned a gas station, Shell, across the street. Jimmy's Hot Dogs was the best. Although when they had their fire, God, that was probably 30 years ago, everyone said that their flavor went down. But I'm a big Jimmy's Hot Dogs. Everyone says Portillo's. If I'm going to Portillo's, I'm going to buy a double cheeseburger. I'm not there.
Yeah.
But what I liked about Jimmy's, because they're famous, was just mustard and relish. And that's what I grew up on, mustard and relish only. And that's always the big thing. What do you like on your hot dog? Everyone wants, some people like onions. I don't like onions, but I'm a Jimmy's Hot Dogs guy in Grand and Pulaski. It's still there. Some people say Portillo's. I mean, you got Wieners, Wiener Circle. I forgot which one your mom used to always love, but hot
Yeah,
dogs,
I'm not sure.
just as long as you don't put ketchup on a hot dog.
Yeah, that's fair. I think a hack at Portillo's, if I'm gonna get a hot dog from there, I've only done it a couple times, is getting the cheese fries and then dipping the hot dog in the cheese like a little cheese dog. That's
Cheese
kind of
dog.
a
I mean, I
power
don't
move.
mind a cheese dog. We used to get from A&W. What's the other place that drive up one day they used to take you
Oh,
to?
not dog and
Dog and
suds, is it?
Suds. Dog and
Yeah, yeah.
Suds was another one they would take. Mom used to love going there. Super Dogs is another good one. I mean, I've had
Super
a Super
dogs,
Dog,
yeah.
but then again, when I go to Super Dogs, I don't want to waste my calories eating a hot dog. I want to get a double cheeseburger. So,
No,
but Super,
I'm right. I agree with that one too. I think you also, I know this isn't even Chicago, but Costco hot dog can't really beat it. Like
well,
dollar
that's true.
fifty, relish
$1.50.
onion. Like,
As long as it's relish and mustard only.
yeah,
No
not a huge
onions.
mustard guy. Not a
Well,
huge mustard.
the other one too, Gene and Jude's. You can't. That's one you were talking about
Yeah,
that the other day. But Gene and
yeah,
Jude's has good dog. The only reason I like that one is because the fries are usually mixed in the hot dogs, and that adds a little more greasy flavor to it.
yeah. That's also good too. I like it when when it's at like the bottom of the bag, you got some fries in there.
So,
That's a good move. But all right,
all
cool.
right,
Yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for the next. Maybe we'll recap the Cubs Guardians. Will they play? They play the Pirates after that, or they got the Rays in between. So we'll probably catch up with you guys after the Rays series. So thank you as always for listening. If not already, hit that subscribe button.